Hi, beautiful. We're reading in A Course in Miracles, the text, chapter 30, the new beginning, section 5, the only purpose, paragraph 1. The real world is the state of mind in which the only purpose of the world is seen to be forgiveness. Fear is not its goal, for the escape from guilt becomes its aim. The value of forgiveness is perceived and takes the place of idols, which are sought no longer, for their gifts are not held dear. No rules are idly set, and no demands are made of anyone or anything to twist and fit into the dream of fear. Wow, that is so profound. I'm going to read that last sentence again. No rules are idly set, and no demands are made of anyone or anything to twist and fit into the dream of fear. Instead, there is a wish to understand all things created as they really are. And it is recognized that all things must be first forgiven and then understood. Wow. I'm going to read that again. I'm really being blown away by the profundity of this. These teachings, short and sweet, it's just, they're the way out. They're the way out of fear. They're the way out of the nightmare. And it is recognized that all things must be first forgiven and then understood. Isn't that interesting? Because to the ego, in the world of man, we think, I have to understand it first and then maybe I'll be able to forgive. And here we're being taught the correct order of operations is to first forgive and then it will be understood. You know, I had this practice for a while on a more practical level. I had this practice where, because of rumination, because I caught myself ruminating over a situation where some people had done some things that seemed to my human mind to be pretty terrible, and I couldn't understand why they would have done it. And I kept thinking, why did they do this? Why? I don't understand. And I was spending a lot of mental energy, not necessarily being judgmental, but being confused and trying to understand. And I was praying about it, and Spirit said to me so clearly, Rebecca, for you to truly understand why they did that, you would have to go insane. So just be grateful that you do not understand. And so the mantra that I gave myself was, I don't know, and it's none of my business. Whenever I caught myself ruminating or judging or critiquing why someone was doing something and I didn't understand, I would just say, I don't know, and it's none of my business, and just let it go. Clearly they have some reason, whether it's a sane reason or an insane reason isn't for me to judge. I just don't know. I don't know. And I started to learn how to love saying, I don't know. I don't know started to become the most holy 3 words I knew. I don't know. Because it's only really the ego that insists on knowing and being right. In that innocent, childlike state of our true nature, it's okay that we don't know. We're not even trying to figure everyone out and everything out. We're witnessing it, and we're open to edification and understanding, but that is a very different energy than figuring. And what I experienced from that was just so much less stress. And sometimes I never did understand, and I just had to accept that, and it was fine. I could just let it go. And I feel like letting go and forgiveness are very similar energies. I don't have to hold on to this either way. This must have really, this sentence, I not only underlined it, but I made stars around it. So that last sentence really is quite profound to me. It is recognized that all things must be first forgiven and then understood. And as we do forgive and let go, things do become more clear overall. We might not ever 100% understand the exact reason why someone did something. Because to really understand why an insane person does something insane, we would have to be likewise insane. And I'm so grateful that there are things that I don't understand. Because they're so dark and lost and broken that I cannot relate to it. And I'm so grateful for that. But I can be grateful for that without judging or condemning and recognizing that I don't understand. And so it would be very inappropriate for me to judge it. And that phrase comes to mind of, there but for the grace of God go I. Because had I had that person's nurture and nature, if I had their exact DNA and I'd had their exact upbringing, I would have done exactly what they did. And in that sense, we are all innocent. Because if you didn't pick your DNA and you didn't pick your parents, and maybe you did on a soul level, but on the human character level, we didn't pick our DNA or our parents. So what we're really angry at, when we're angry at anyone, is life itself. Because then, should we be angry at their parents and the way their parents raised them, 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 and we'll go all the way back to, the early hominids. It's just easier to let go and admit that we don't know. And we can be in that state while simultaneously being grateful for the miracle of life. That we get to be here at all and having this beautiful sensory experience with each other. And we can walk the beauty way and look for the beauty and appreciate the beauty and soak in the beauty, while also accepting that there is, in this perceptual duality, there is ugliness. But that isn't what we cling to. That isn't what we focus on. It is recognized that all things must be first forgiven and then understood. Thank you so much for being here. I love you.